Hello everybody, I'm sure by now you've seen Kanye West going on the Alex Jones show and making Alex Jones look like the sensible moderate with all the shit that Kanye came out with. Praising Hitler, being anti-Semitic, and then later going on Twitter, posting a swastika and getting suspended yet again. It seems the man is intent on burning all the bridges he has and ruining his own career in order just to sort of go up the ranks in the far-right world, which is all that complete sentence there. I never thought I'd say that in my life. Even before, or even during the Donald Trump reign, I never once thought that those words would come out of my mouth. But he has been here before, okay? And that's what this video is about. Before I set up this video, let me explain that a lot of people are worried that due to what Kanye West said on Alex Jones' show, that he is seriously mentally ill. Now, I will dispute that in just a second. Okay, that's the first part of this video. The second part of this video is looking back at how the Republicans used to hate Kanye West from two clips of videos from 2018. It's April 2018 and November, a very short period of time where Republicans went from hating Kanye West's guts to realizing they could use him for their advantage, and then it all going very badly indeed. He has said before he's been used, and we will explore that in one of the videos. The second one, it's a clip from my podcast a few years ago about Candace Owens and her Blexit campaign. That's Blexit. Yeah, that went well, didn't it? And how basically she ruined the party for the far right's loving with Kanye. But first we'll look at Dave Rubin and his attacks on Kanye West before he then started kissing his ass when he obviously realised there was money to be made and attention to be had from manipulating him. And you know, it's interesting to watch these clips of stuff that happened a few years ago, because we've come full circle again and we are back with Kanye West really going a bit more full on than before. You know, he was sort of dipping his toe in the water before, but now he's said the quiet parts out loud. And having Nick Fuentes and paedophile defender Mino Yiannopoulos as his campaign managers for his presidential run, which we've also seen before, that really, there are a lot of alarm bells ringing there. And, you know, people are thinking, like I said earlier, they're thinking he's being manipulated again and he's clearly seriously mentally ill for saying all this stuff. And I think basically my summation of the whole thing is it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, and there's a little column C in there as well, okay? So first of all, yes, he might be a bit crazy, basically. He might be a bit off the charts, as it were. That's a very good obvious thing that you could say about him. But at the same time, and like I said, we've been here before. I have been on YouTube for 7 years, and I've seen, and Twitter and so forth, and I've been witness to and made videos about people who have joined the alt-right, for example. Remember that word, the alt-right? And I've seen it again and again and again. Friends of mine, people I've known for many years, suddenly going on Facebook on their personal account and just going on a tirade about feminism, or, you know, saying something quite far right out of nowhere, and people would come along and say, dude, what the hell is happening? What's going on here? Why are you suddenly saying all this stuff? Are you okay? Are you, you know, okay up here mentally? And each and every time they say, no, I'm not. No, my eyes have been open. I've taken a certain pill. I've done this, that, and the other, you know, and then got progressively worse. Now, a lot of those people then realise there's a lot of money and attention to be had by being someone who's sort of converted to the alt-right and the far right. So that's at the same time you think, well, maybe they are mentally ill, but also they seem to have, you know, got the pound signs and the dollar signs in their eyes as well. So maybe it's all part of a little scheme. And that's my take on Kanye West. He's done it once before, and as we'll find out in this video, there are lots of reminders and explanations about how he realised and recognised, and he said, I'm being used, and he got out of it straight away, well, after a few months, and he hasn't dabbled in that side of politics for quite some time, and then all of a sudden he's back. Is he being manipulated again? Is he aware of his actions? Is he crazy? Well, yeah, it's all of them, basically, to sum it up. So do enjoy the clips. So yesterday, Rubin subtweeted me because I noticed that he has been kissing, along with all of the other right-wing reactionaries and far-right people, they've been kissing Kanye West's arse so much that it's basically covered in saliva at this point. It's just disgusting, And the reason is because Kanye West has recently tweeted about a lady called Candace Owens. I don't know much about her, however, she has been on the Rubin Report when she fought Blair White. Well, basically, two people just shouted at each other for about an hour and a half, and most normal people could take about 10 minutes of it before turning it off. Rubin was there in the middle, looking like he wanted to kill himself. But, viewer numbers and money. Meh. So anyway, they've all been kissing Kanye's ass because Kanye tweeted his support for Candace Owens. They've noticed that if Kanye West tweets them, doesn't have to appear on their show, but that would be the jackpot. If he appeared on the Rubin Report, if he retweets Rubin, or if he just mentions him in a tweet, money, 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 money. So basically, his viewers will go through the roof, subs will go through the roof. If he just mentions him in passing, it's a massive payday for Rubin. So Rubin has been openly kissing Kanye's ass, including his @ and his tweets, and you'll see an example of that in a minute. So I wrote a tweet which said, right-wing reactionaries are fawning over Kanye West, desperate to get his attention for extra clicks and money, despite tweeting tons of horrible tweets about Kanye's wife in the past. And all I did was I searched Rubin's name and Kim Kardashian, and lo and behold, I found about 10 tweets which are pretty horrible, and I'm going to read them out for you now. Starting off with, I despise Kim Kardashian and the whole family. We must destroy them all. This is my most important tweet tonight. Am I right? He's a comedian. Remember that. You must remember that for the whole of this video. Dave Rubin is a comedian. Number 2, Kim Kardashian is getting divorced after 72 days and making millions on the wedding. We must destroy that family. #Occupy Kardashian. Am I right? Next up, everyone please settle down. It was Kim Jong-il that died, not the much more evil Kim Kardashian. Can you see what I've done there? Am I right? Ooh. Lindsay Lohan and Kim Kardashian are at the White House Correspondents as an ironic Secret Service hooker joke. Am I right? Not really sure about that one. It looks like he's calling them prostitutes, but he could be referencing something else. All I know is it's not funny. Am I right? Remember, he's making a comeback as a comedian as well, and he said that 90% of his jokes are about soy, which at the moment is better than this shit, isn't it? Let's face it. Islamists, he says, because he's retweeting someone who says, in Bahrain, police fired tear gas to disperse 50 or so hardline Islamic protesters denouncing Kim Kardashian's presidents, or even presidents. Don't go that far. Although you never know with this, the way we're going, his wife could be the first lady. Anyway, he says go Islamist. He's basically saying that you should be set upon by riot police if you like Kim Kardashian. What's worse than that? You could say, well, how about taking the piss out of someone who's pregnant and their unborn child? Let's have a look, shall we? I'll give this Kim Kardashian Kanye West pregnancy 72 days before the evil creature bursts out of her belly like in Alien. Am I right? You're literally mocking a fetus. I'm sure your right-wing friends are not too keen on. I mean, they do like the fetus, don't they? And what's their motto? You shall not defeat us. Am I right? Sorry, I'm not a comedian either. It's hard to say who is the more evil Kim, Jong-un or Kardashian. I've made that joke already. Am I right? But saving the best, and by that I mean the absolute worst, for last, I found this absolute gem of a horrible tweet. If that's what Kim Kardashian's butt looks like, imagine the size of her vagina. Am I right? Guys, am I right? Guys, why aren't you clapping, guys? None of us like Kim Kardashian. Anyone with any of the 5 senses, I've said this already, doesn't like the Kardashians or Kanye West. But not that much. That's going a little bit too far, isn't it? You could argue, right? And thanks to a retweet by Sean from Sean and Jen, thank you very much, the tweet thread picked up about 500, 600 likes, which isn't much, but it's enough to get noticed by Rubin. When trolls dig into my tweets from 5 years ago to expose that I used to think differently, all they expose is that I've learned and that I've evolved. It's called being human. That's what separates us from the trolls. Alright, let's pick that apart. I'm a troll now, am I? I am a troll for looking at old tweets and posting them. I'm the troll. You have said stuff which is troll-like, but I'm the troll. Okay. Anyway, since then I've looked at his tweets about Kanye West, seeing if there's any juicy ones there. Tweet number 1. Here's a video of Kanye West attacking a paparazzi today. The real abuse, though, is Kanye's new album to all of our ears. Am I right? Now, exactly the same tweet coming up, alert. The new Kanye West album is actually offensive to people that can hear. Am I right? Him and Kanye's baby shall henceforth be referred to as the wicked baby of the West. Am I right? Another tweet about a baby. He turned on VMA, Video Music Awards, maybe, for 1 second, and I think Kanye West called me a douchebag. Takes one to know one. Am I right? But saving, again, the best till last, this one makes literally no sense. But this is Ruben from September 27th, 2013, trying his hardest to be an edgelord. And I'm going to let you judge whether this is an effective tweet. And I'm going to let you judge by analysing it thoroughly afterwards. So that doesn't really make any sense. But the tweet goes like this. Kanye West and Jimmy Kimmel are gay boyfriends. Am I right? Gay boyfriends, as opposed to those straight boyfriends you read so much about in the newspapers. Oh, with their bloody straight wedding cakes. Oh, I can't stand the sight of them. I've heard all of those tweets that he sent in the past about him and his wife. Now listen to one of his recent tweets about Kanye and see if there's any difference whatsoever, okay? Couple's thoughts on Kanye and Candace, which sounds like the title of a 90s sitcom, is NBC. Am I right? Is my English good? Am I right? Number 1. As an artist, Kanye is a true mover of culture. He says things you will like and dislike. If you turn on him for daring to be different, you don't understand the nature of art. If you turn on him for daring to be different. You said his baby was a spawn of the devil. You said his wife's vagina was the size of a fucking hot air balloon. What the fuck are you talking about? You kiss ass, right? And it's just the way that reads is that Ruben is basically saying, if I get my tongue a little bit further up this guy's ass, then maybe, just maybe, he'll tweet me or come on my show. Maybe. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Now, Kanye's divorce from Turning Point USA, which basically used him as sort of a figurehead, pushing their black people. You're allowed to be a Republican, black people. You are. I mean, they hate you. They hate everything. They hate you with every essence of their being. They truly think you're absolute cunts. But come join our party. You can't sell it like that. So you've got to get someone like Kanye West in, who is an idiot enough to say that he likes Donald Trump out loud. Don't do that, mate. Not a lot of people's careers have really recovered from that, But he said in a tweet that he's being used, and he's a stupid person, but he is at least aware that he has been used the last few months, half a year or whatever it was. That a user on Twitter wrote that Kanye West is making Blexit merch to encourage a black exit from the Democratic Party. But what he actually seems to be encouraging is acceptance of the Republican Party's decades-long racist efforts to silence black voices via mass incarceration, voter suppression and gerrymandering. This clearly resonated with Kanye West, and he then parted ways with Turning Point USA. So he wrote a tweet which says, "My eyes are now open and I now realise that I've been used to spread messages I don't believe in. I am distancing myself from politics and completely focusing on being creative. I've been used," he says. Now, we've been very unkind to Kanye over the last few months, simply because he decided to get his tongue surgically attached to Donald Trump's anus. But, annoyingly, I have to side with him now, because his mind and his eyes have been opened. by being used, and you can't really argue with that. He has been used by Trump and Turning Point USA. He's seen that he's been used, and now he's taking the easy way out. And remember, if you have enjoyed this, then a lot of the videos in 2023 will be like this, entitled ASM, that's this channel's name, Anti-Social Media, ASM Archive, where I'll be looking back at all of the big videos I've made over the years, because fuck making new videos, no cunt watches it, and I'm not making a single fucking penny of it. So I might as well just fill the time with looking back at old stuff and just enjoying what this channel used to be like, and showing you all that stuff again. So do stick around for that. But there is one big video left, which I'm going to be releasing hopefully early January, called The Downfall of Darren Grimes. It's my big one. So do stay tuned for that.